Welcome to RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network with your hostess, Jen Josie. Join like-minded real estate investors and accelerate your business towards greatness. You will hear step-by-step strategies for success, interviews with real estate rock stars, and we will dig deep into past projects where we bear it all, including the good, the bad, and some just plain ugly. So get excited. Here's the bestower of badassery herself, the real Jen Josie. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Jen Josie, creator of RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Whoop, whoop. Today's episode is short and sweet, where I lay down some serious content featured in one of my past blogs. You can read all of my blogs by visiting rainmastermind.com. That's REIGN mastermind.com by clicking on the blog tab. But before we begin, here's today's badassery bestowment, my little badass gift to you. There are so many amateurs out there that think that they too can flip a property because they have watched all of the seasons of Flip or Flop. They buy too high and quickly find they must cut corners on the rehab, thus creating a shoddy product. Then, to make up their losses, they price the property too high where it sits on the market for too long. I learned early on through my coaches that you must know your rehab numbers, holding costs, and potential after repair value before you can determine your offer price. Those same coaches summed it up perfectly by stating, you make your money when you purchase a property. The more projects we have completed, the more I have learned how important that concept is. When you get a property for the right price, you are setting yourself up for success. Now, on to today's episode of the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. This is one of my past blogs that is titled 4 Steps to Fine-Tune Your Flipping Focus and Fatten Your Fortune. Yeah, I got a thing with the F's in this one. So here we go. House flipping shows are a dime a dozen, and man, do they make that process look easy. Of course, you have to add a little drama to entice the ratings, but all these shows end with the house flipper walking away with buckets of cash. Typically, the house is quite run down, and the renovation requires a full gut job. For most starting out in this industry, that is the dream. At least it was for my husband and I. While we loved to watch all of those shows, Vance and I knew we needed a proper education before we chased after our own buckets of cash. Throughout our educational program, I still had the vision in my head that all our projects would be these huge gut jobs where we would take out walls and add square footage. In fact, our very first renovation was just that. We added 750 square feet, removed a few walls, and created an open floor plan. Yes, we made a profit, but certainly not the buckets of cash like they have on the TV shows. In reflection, the most important aspect of that experience was the hands-on education we learned. Here are 4 steps we used to help fine-tune where we wanted to focus our flipping future. Number 1, determine your core business values. All of the flipping shows are based on the experience of the real estate investor. When you get into this business, you quickly find out that your renovations affect many people, so it's important to develop core values for your business and stick to them. I spent many years as a public school teacher, and I can remember telling a former coworker that I was getting into the house flipping business. He responded with, "Seriously? That's such a dishonorable industry. Ouch." I wasn't expecting that. I have not seen Coach S since that day, but his words have really stuck with me. And let's be honest, house flippers in general have a bad reputation. They post their annoying signs at intersections, typically give lowball offers, and some cut corners on renovations, providing a shoddy product. I made it my mission to run our business to the highest standards possible. Here are the core values for our investment business. Number 1, integrity. We will ensure honesty and fairness in all our actions while always striving to do the right thing for our clients and team. Number 2, growth. We have an unyielding drive to increase our knowledge with continuous learning. We will invest in ourselves through personal development to better prepare us for future opportunities as they arise. Number 3, innovation. We will provide homeowners with affordable and safe homes while implementing new technologies as the advancement of home efficiencies increase. Number 4, compassion. Home ownership is one of the biggest investments an individual or family makes. While we provide options to help in several situations, we must always respect the client's hopes along with their fears. Number 5, drive. We will always go above and beyond the call of duty because that's just who we are. So take the time to create your core values and review them periodically as a reminder of how you want your company to be reflected to the community. Number 2, establish your time commitment. If you are a one and done, you have all the time in the world. If you are starting a house flipping business, there are several factors to consider when it comes to time. Are you one of those talented people that can do all the work yourself so you can save on labor costs? If not, then you're like the rest of us who will have to hire experts. If you plan on managing the projects yourself, your time will be divided up between hiring on-site management of contractors, purchasing and delivering materials, deciding finishes, and shuffling paperwork like payments, contracts, insurance, receipts, etc. If you have a day job, managing the project yourself will be tough, so it is recommended to hire a project manager or general contractor, also known as GC. A GC will be the most expensive option, but the job will essentially be hands-off for you, except for picking finishes. I will be honest though, a good GC is tough to find. When we were first starting out, I was ghosted by more than I'd like to admit. When you do find a good GC, make sure you treat them like gold. A project manager will cost less and act as your eyes and ears for all on-site activity and materials. You will still be responsible for hiring contractors, deciding finishes, and shuffling that paperwork, which can be done remotely. Your time commitment must be decided because, well, time is money, which leads us to number 3. Decide your revenue per month. What is the average you would like to earn in your investment business per month? Most people will say as much as possible, and yes, the sky's the limit as long as you have the right systems in place. Some investors use the BRRRR strategy with buy and hold properties. They buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and then repeat. This option does not produce a large payout, but establishes passive income with smaller payments coming in monthly. You must factor in ongoing maintenance, vacancies, late or missed payments, but the typical steady cash flow is appealing to many. The biggest payouts will come from your flips where you buy low, renovate, and then sell high. Unlike passive income, this requires several balls to be juggled at once, and the money is dependent on external factors. There are times when the market will slow down and even finding deals will be tough. On the other hand, you could have a few projects going while the demand is high, yet you can't find reliable contractors because they're all booked out for weeks at a time. While the profit is great, it's also the highest risk for your investment. Number 4, process your priorities. To formulate where you should put your focus on your investment business, you need to combine all of the above to process your priorities. When we got into this business, Vance and I thought we would be flipping large project after large project. As far as the financials for this approach, we quickly found out that the paydays were not guaranteed and can be quite sporadic. When we did have a payday, spreading those funds out over the next several months was challenging. Time-wise, I managed the projects, which was fine, but as the investor, I didn't get paid until the end. Not to mention, the buyers interested in these larger projects with higher price points were not easy to work with. What we never considered in the beginning was our core values. Yes, large paydays are great, but we needed to rethink our strategy if we were to honor those core values for our business. About 9 months after we started our business, we had the opportunity to flip a condo. The seller was in a pinch and needed to close quickly, but had several items to repair and no cash to pay for it. We were able to give her the price she wanted, repaired the necessary items, updated the countertops, painted, and then listed it 2 weeks later. With a condo or townhome, you don't have to worry about the exterior, which is typically covered by the HOA, which reduces risk in having to replace a roof or siding. It was under contract within days over the asking price. We earned just under $10,000. Some investors would look at that like chump change, but we not only helped out the seller out of a difficult situation, we provided a safe and updated home to a hardworking single public school teacher, and it only took 2 weeks. Vance and I took a step back and reviewed both of these types of projects. We applied a rating of 1 to 5 for revenue per month and then added a rating for core values as well. So for the projects, we had large renovations lasting an average of 10 months. And the revenue per month coming in for that was about $5,000 on average, but it was paid at the end. So the score we gave for our revenue per month was a 3 out of 5. Now, did it align with our values? It was stressful and time consuming, so we gave it a 2. So the total for these large renovation projects was only a 5 out of 10. Now, we looked at condos or townhomes averaging 2 weeks of work. The revenue per month was $8,000 on average. That score was a 4. Then we looked at it if it aligned with our values, and we provided solutions for homeowners. That to us was a full 5. So the total for condos or townhomes was a 9 out of 10. That first condo renovation really opened our eyes to new possibilities while aligning with our core values at a much higher rate. Another bonus to doing these smaller projects is we provide consistent work to our contractors, thus developing a sense of loyalty to our investment business. There is very little on-site management with these projects because we use the same paint colors, flooring, countertops, fixtures, etc. We know our contractor's price per square foot, so there is no need for estimates. As soon as we close, we give them the door code and the work gets done. Seeing all those numbers on paper really helped Vance and I fine-tune our focus towards the smaller projects. Don't get me wrong, we still enjoy the larger, more challenging projects, but we target our marketing towards condos and townhomes and try to flip one every month or two. We have been very fortunate to help many homeowners out of sticky situations while also keeping our contractors busy and happy. I wonder if I'll ever get to see Coach S again so I can let him know how much his words meant to me and helped me to shape our business values. So that's all. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Now go out there and share your badassery, and don't forget, make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop whoop!
Thank you for listening to RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. If you need more badassery, you can follow Jen Josie by visiting therealjenjosie.com or become a member of RAIN by registering on rainmastermind.com.